Hello fellow gamers, this is Tracy Mancer, and I'm going to be reviewing the Little Helpers mod for Minecraft 1.7.10, and basically what this mod does is it helps you with your little chores, like say milking cows, catching fish, chopping down trees, anything that's a little tedious to do repeatedly in Minecraft, these will help you out with. Okay, so the first block that we have is the crop farmer, and basically this will plant and harvest wheat, carrots, and potatoes. Next we have the big crop farmer, and this will plant and harvest melons and pumpkins. Next we have the fisher, and as the name would entail, this will fish for you, and it can catch any type of fish, from clown to salmon to regular fish, as well as all the different rare assortment of items that you can get, like saddles and enchanted books. The next thing that we have is the sapling planter. So basically this will plant saplings around itself, so you can just put all your random saplings in there and it'll plant them for you, so no waste of time. And a little special thing about the crafting recipe, and the one right after this, is that the saplings do not matter. They can all be the same type, they can all be different, you can have an assortment of different colored saplings, it doesn't matter. As long as you have saplings in all the right spaces, you should be fine. Next we have the tree cutter, and it's exactly the same as the sapling one, except you use wood on the far corners. There's still a sapling in the middle. Again, the types of wood and the sapling do not matter, it works. And this block is used to chop down trees. So the next block that we have is the breeder, and I believe this is a fixed crafting recipe, so you can't have different types of meat everywhere. It has to be like this, and basically the block will breed animals for you. Quite simple. Next we have the farmhand, and this is also a fixed crafting recipe. It has to be like this. Basically the farmhand will milk cows, shear sheep, there's probably some other things that it does. I believe it picks up feathers and eggs from chickens, so yeah. So the next item that we have here is the redstone oscillator, and if you noticed, in all the past crafting recipes, there were 4 redstone blocks required for each thing. Now, in the config file for this mod, if you know how to edit it, there is an option that you can set to true or false. Currently it's on false, and it comes on false, but basically it makes every single one of those redstone blocks in all the crafting recipes for this change to a redstone oscillator, and basically it means every block requires 4 diamonds, so instead of just getting a ton of redstone, which isn't exactly hard, and then turning it into redstone blocks to make these rather easily, you can give yourself a challenge. Okay, I don't know why, but the mod creator just thought Minecraft shears needed an upgrade, so they made the enchanted shears. They're not actually enchanted, but they just kind of have a boost and a more costly crafting recipe. But basically they just have 500 uses and there's nothing else special about them. Alright, the last random item that we have is the extraction magnet. So this is needed for a block called the metal extractor, and we'll get to that in a minute, but here's the crafting recipe. So this is the metal extractor, and basically if you put sand into it, it will actually have a chance of taking out an ore from it, be it redstone, coal, iron, anything like that. I think it can actually even go to emeralds and diamonds. So it will probably be the most expensive one, especially if you turn on the hard crafting recipes. Next we have the crushing mill. So this will take stone and turn it into cobblestone. From there it'll turn the cobblestone into gravel, I believe, and then from gravel to sand, which then you can put into the metal extractor and get some ores. And finally we have the last item, or block, which is the breaker, and this is just kind of like, if you've ever seen the, I believe it's called the mining turtles mod, they're little computers that you can send to go mine around. This doesn't actually move, it is a stationary block, but when you place it down next to stone, cobblestone, it'll mine it up for you. Okay, using these blocks is very simple. We'll start off with the crop farmer. So just place it down and put a chest right next to it, and then we need to fill it in with the necessary tool. I already did this, so we have an iron hoe in here, and then you just place in what it needs. So this one can harvest and plant potatoes, carrots, seeds, and nether warts. Now I don't have any soul sand and I don't really want to set it up, so just take my word for it. And now you can see it's going to plant those down, and it's basically going to use up every single available space within this 9-block area around it. So because the chest is blocking this one, it won't be able to plant anything there, but it'll go to here, and let's see what it used. It used all of the potatoes and then 2 of the carrots. So this goes by order of closest to the iron hoe. Alright, now on to the big crop farmer. So it's the exact same thing, and it will be for every single thing in the mod. So just place it down, then place the chest right beside it. So we have the hoe in there, we'll put down the melon seeds, and I'll actually just put 2 in there, and there it goes. So these will grow a little slowly because it doesn't actually have water around it. You can go and do that manually once you see where it's going to plant everything, and it should all be the same in the 9-block area around it. And I suppose if I move the chest on top of it, it could use that spot as well, but we'll come back to this in a few minutes and see how it's going. Okay, the crops didn't really grow, so once you get them to max, it will break them and replant, and now we have some more carrots, because that's mainly what I planted, or what it decided to plant, and there's grass growing everywhere. So potatoes, 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 and we have more potatoes. So let's put some seeds up front because we can get plenty of wheat from that. And never fear, if this happens, it should go about, yep, there we go. It just hosed the dirt right back to normal. And yeah, everything gets put up in the little chest. Okay, going to the big crop farm thing, let's just put that down, and yeah, it's just gonna pull them right up when they grow. I know that technically this is kind of like cheating, but you know, it's just for demonstration purposes. I'm not actually playing this game legitimately. So, yep, it just breaks them when they grow and puts them right in the chest. Now, interesting enough, the melon blocks, when it breaks them, it doesn't actually give you a melon block, which I guess normally if you broke it, you wouldn't get that either. So, you know, everything just like in the game. Okay, moving on to the fisher. So basically how this works is you place it above water. So not actually in the water, but 1 block above. And of course a chest right beside it, because that's what it needs. Then just pop a fishing pole in there, and look at that, already caught us a fish. So normally it won't be that fast, I guess, just is, I don't know. But yeah, it caught us a raw salmon. So you just let this go, and it will continue catching you stuff, as well as the different items that you can get, like rotten flesh, string, enchanted books, all that good stuff. So we'll come back to this later and see how it goes. Going back to the fisher block, we have quite a few things in here. Great! So we have 6 raw salmon, 9 raw fish, an enchanted book with 2 enchantments, 3 pufferfish, and a name tag. And our fishing pole is still not broken. So this thing will go throughout night and day, however long the fishing pole lasts. So you can get quite an amount of things in here. Okay, so the next things that we have are the tree cutter and the sapling planter, and basically how these work are when you place them down, you can see there's an arrow on the top, and you point this in the direction that you want it to cut wood. So I want it to cut wood that way, and then I guess I'll have the sapling planter go that way. And you can connect these both up because this will also collect whatever falls, including the bits of tree and the leaves. So if a sapling falls, it should collect that, and then it can go directly to the sapling planter. So for the tree cutter, you just need to put the iron axe and the enchanted shears in there, and it will start from the top and go down. Now, yeah, it's just using the saplings to, or not the saplings, but the shears to get rid of those leaves pretty quickly. And let's wait for it to get to the wood. Okay, apparently it's going to take out all the leaves first. Yeah. It's quite amazing, but it does take a bit of time. So while we were looking at that, it looks like the sapling planter got going on planting down all these saplings. Now, the shears, they have 385 uses left, because I'm using those super nice ones, and as you can see, the axe durability is still going down. So we got some dark oak leaves, and then the wood keeps rising because, yeah, that's how it goes. And the sapling planter just put out all these once they were in the chest. So that is pretty much how this works. It's very useful. Almost like Treecapitator, except you don't have to waste time doing it. Okay, so now on to the animal blocks, and that would be the breeder and the farmhand. So you set it down, and then you can see there's another arrow on the top, and you just right click it till it's facing where you want it to be. All our animals are that way, so we're going to leave it there. So basically you just put the appropriate breeding food. So I have some cows, sheep, and then there's a chicken hiding under the cow's butt. And the stuff we need for that is really just wheat and seeds. So we can put those in there, and maybe something will happen. No? There we go. I saw some hearts a second ago. Oh, yep, we already have a baby chicken. There's a baby cow, and looks like the mushrooms aren't really gonna... There we go. And baby mushroom. So that's very simple. Now to the cow hand. Or not the cow hand, but the farm hand. Again, an arrow, right click till you got it where you want it to be. Sheeps are going at it too now. And what this uses is it can use bowls to get stuff from mushrooms, buckets for cows, already we have some milk, and then shears, it'll actually shear the sheep. Let's get a lead and lead these things to in front of the farmhand. So, or not, yeah, it's the farmhand. Can you shear the sheep, please? No? Oh, it sheared, but it doesn't look like it actually sheared the sheep. Oh well, that's pretty much how it works. Alright, now on to the metal extractor. So this is where you need the magnet. And set it up like normally, just put this here, there's no arrow, and then just put a chest right by it. Put a magnet in there and some sand. And as you can see, the magnet was used and the sand was used, well, it's using sand. So it doesn't have a perfect chance of getting you a material every single time. So we may have to wait for a minute, but eventually it should start giving us some good things. There we go. Alright, so we got a piece of gold ore after, what, 10 pieces of sand were used. Let's get a bit more sand for this, because I feel like it's probably going to need it. So, more sand. Put those in there, move the gold to the back, and then we'll come back to this. And finally, going back to our metal extractor, it looks like it's still going, but mainly we just have gold, iron, and gold nuggets. Now, I'm pretty sure this can get redstone and lapis and all the other different things, so yeah. I just didn't get any of that. Okay, the second to last block that we have is the crushing mill, and how this works is you can put stone bricks or stone in there, and automatically it turns the stone bricks into cobblestone. Now, again, there we go, turns it into gravel, and once more, we have sand. So the lowest it'll go down is to sand, and you can start from any level. You don't have to start from stone bricks. You can start from stone, you can start from cobblestone, you can start from gravel, and it always just brings it back to sand. Now, if you hook this up to the magnet, or the metal extractor, then you can see how this can be very useful. Again, now we have, or not again, but now we have more iron and a gold nugget, and this will just give us all the good ores eventually. And finally, we have the breaker. So this one's very simple. You just put a pickaxe in there of any type, and as you can see, it's going to start breaking blocks away relatively close to its area, or just really close to its area. So it's going to start breaking things, and it'll put it in here. You can have this attached to a furnace with like a hopper if you felt like it, and get some stuff from that. I have no idea where it's mining right now, but oh, actually it just kind of stopped. Is it really just going to mine right in front of it? Okay, so I don't really know. Honestly, I don't see a reason for this. I mean, mining's not very hard, and obviously you have a ton of cobblestone by a good point of time since you started the game, so really don't worry about this one. It's just kind of in the game. So I think that's pretty much it for the mod. So I'm sorry that the mod was kind of all over the place and I had to go back to a few things, but unfortunately these things take time and there wasn't a good way of speeding it up, which is why I went back. Hopefully I got everything sorted out in editing. I don't know. So thanks for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have a link to the mod in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.